I am the course coordinator for the Bachelor of New Media Arts degree at James Cook. Come from a production collaborative arts background, so I studied a creative arts degree at Griffith University back in the early 90s, in those halcyon days, and moved into film production after that. I've had a kind of a varied career as a video artist, web designer, film producer. That led me back into university as a teacher. So having the kind of background I've had, I've been able to encourage students to see the benefits from interdisciplinary practice. So the citation was, I guess, centred around bringing some production methodologies into the design area. So how do we plan for a production? How do we split up roles? How do we complement each other? How do we communicate with one another? But also plan out what this thing is that we're doing and how do we deliver it to an audience. So that was one part of the citation. The other part was really looking at the fact that once we have something, how do we expose that to the world? How does the world receive that creative product? But in the real world of a practicing artist or a collaborative artist, it's about the birth of that project to the world and how the audience receives it, how you feel about an audience experiencing it, how you cope with critique, that type of thing. So it's very important, I think, that students have that experience. So what I've embedded into our capstone subject, creative exchange, is this idea that we must promote it, put it into the community, see how an audience deals with that experience, and then most importantly, how does a student reflect on having someone look at their work who they are unfamiliar with, who they don't know, and what kind of feedback they get. So it's kind of creating what I like to call event culture, this idea that things are an event, that an artwork can be something that's shared with other people, but also from, you know, students kind of get into a state when they're at university where they're so sheltered from the world that they're doing part-time jobs, they're, you know, doing assignments, they're attending classes, and that's their universe. So the work that they produce, the idea of it being part of the community sometimes isn't at the forefront of their mind. I think if there was to be a philosophy, if you wanted to call it, it would be that idea that we should all be included in that conversation, that we should participate and take a sense of responsibility about our role in that conversation. We should be making statements about the world. So that embodies what the citation was about, was creating event culture and the benefits of bringing production-based methodologies into the classroom.